all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. It feels like spring outside. The sun is shining. And we're joined by meteorologist Damon Matson with the latest check on the forecast. Damon, we're talking weather. Oh, it has been a great week so far.
You hear the birds chirping out there too, Mark, with the sun?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot going on. Everyone's happy.
I know. It's been beautiful, and we're trying to keep that rolling here throughout the rest of the week. So far, so good on this Wednesday, but I will say we're taking a little step back in terms of those temperatures. If you were expecting another round of those 70s, well, it's going to be tough to get that here today. All in all, though, still pretty comfortable for the lunch hour. You may still need that light jacket off to the north and west, where we still have 53 up toward Hagerstown, 54 Winchester and Frederick, but D.C. has climbed back up to the 62-degree mark, and then down across much of Virginia, south of I-66, southern Maryland, even over toward Waldorf, low 60s already in place out there. But here's the one of the big differences that is going to lead to our temperatures staying slightly cooler today. We had southwesterly winds yesterday that combined with the sunshine to help boost us into the 70s. Today, though, we have more of a northeasterly wind, and some of that wind coming off the colder waters of the Chesapeake, the Atlantic, that's going to have an impact on our temperatures at the end of the day. And we do have a few more clouds in the sky, but there is still a good amount of sunshine to enjoy out there. So as we head toward the middle of the afternoon, mid-60s, low to mid-60s across most of the viewing area. There will be quite a spread, however, down to the south. We could see a few 70s where the sunshine is more prevalent. Off to the north and east, well, going to likely see more lower 60s, perhaps even upper 50s. So it's going to be highly dependent on your location. Cooler nonetheless for most of us. Are we going to get even cooler still then? As we head into Thursday, we'll have your full forecast coming up here in just a bit.
The bill is passed without objection. The motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
Helping now on the Hill, House Republicans have now passed a partial budget to keep the government running. The deadline to avoid a shutdown is Friday at midnight, but that bill faces a tough battle in the Senate. And the battle means getting Senate Democrats to vote on the continued resolution to avoid the shutdown. Senate started looking at the spending bill at 10 this morning. DC News Now's Tosin Fakile is on Capitol Hill with what Democrats have to consider, including the impact to DC's budget.
D.C. leaders calling the impact of this particular attempt to avoid a government shutdown federal overreach. And before the Senate started to vote on Wednesday on this temporary spending bill, they told those who live in the district to reach out to Senate leaders to tell them not to allow this go through.
$1 billion over a year is a problem, but this would be $1 billion over half a year, and that's a significant problem.
A significant problem impacting public safety services. City officials say it could mean a $67 million cut to the police department, and D.C. public and charter schools could see nearly $400 million in cuts.
It's a lot of money, and that's a lot of important stuff, but my initial thoughts are those are important things we need.
No new funding bill means D.C. would return to its 2024 budget for the remaining 6 months of the fiscal year. Despite congressional approval of D.C.'s 2025 budget, it's been operating under for the last 6 months.
It's like taking a catastrophe and doubling it.
Councilmember White posting this on social media on Tuesday, telling people to reach out anyway to Senate leaders. 60 votes are needed in the Senate to pass an appropriations bill, so Republicans will need some Democrats to vote for this.
There's really one solution on the table. It keeps the government funded. It addresses the core issues I think a lot of Democrats care about in terms of programs that they want to have funded through the end of the year, and we think it represents the best solution at the moment.
Congress has until the end of the day Friday to pass a spending bill to avoid a government shutdown. By the Capitol, I'm Tosin Fakile. Back to you.
All right, Tosin, thank you. In consumer news, there's now 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports. The European Union responding by implementing tariffs on $26 billion worth of American goods. That includes home appliances, textiles, and ag products. In the past week, new tariffs were placed on China and Canada, and Mexico were also threatened to have tariffs imposed. The president is saying that the tariffs will be a big revenue generator, but others arguing that they will be devastating for the economy.
The tariffs are going to be throwing off a lot of money to this country. And we've been ripped off for years by other countries, many, many decades. And they were doing the same thing. But I think we'll do it better.
Donald Trump knows his tariffs could wreck the economy, but he's doing it anyway. All so he can use the income from tariffs to pay for tax cuts for billionaires, his North Star.
Well, with all the tariff talk going on, the S&P 500 lost around 8% in the last month. Well, the Department of Education is cutting its staff. 1,300 of the 4,000 workers are now without a job. The department says another 600 people voluntarily resigned and calls this the department's final mission. It's all part of the president's plan to shut down the agency. The department sent an email to employees saying that the D.C. headquarters and regional offices will be closed starting today, and that means that no one will be allowed in. Those offices are expected to reopen Thursday. Meantime, the department is ending leases on buildings in cities like New York, Boston, Chicago, and Cleveland. Meantime, dozens of teachers coming out to rally against the cuts at the department. The Washington Teachers Union says that this is hurting so many families. It's cutting programs for children with special needs, before and after school care, and grants to help college students go to college. The union says that it will continue advocating for the department to stay intact. Well, developing now in Maryland, Montgomery County Police are investigating a deadly car crash in Gaithersburg. It happened last night on Perry Parkway. Police say a car hit a tree. We're told the driver died at the scene and was the only person in the car. Police have not released the driver's name. Well, police also investigating after a boy was shot in Prince George's County. It happened around 9 last night in the Edmonston Road in Greenbelt. The boy's name and condition have not been released. If you have any information, you're asked to contact police. Well, a law in D.C. to help make the district safer has now been in place for a year. And city leaders say that they're seeing results. Secure D.C. lets judges order an accused violent offender to be held with the person while the person awaits trial. It's also established new gun crimes. City leaders say that police have been able to make 44 arrests under the new charges. They say that crime in the district is at its lowest levels in decades. And a quick look at the district's most recent crime statistics. The police department says that violent crime is down 27% from this time last year, but there is an uptick in homicides, and property crime is down 8%, and all crime is down about 10%. Well, new details this afternoon on the search for a missing college student from Northern Virginia. Investigators say that Joshua Ribe is a person of interest in the disappearance of Sadiqa Koneki's investigation. Now, Koneki's clothes were found on a Dominican Republic beach. A 20-year-old was on spring break and last seen going for a swim. University of Pittsburgh student was in Punta Cana with a group of college friends. Investigators said that a man told them that they went swimming and got caught by a big wave. Dominican officials believe that she drowned, but her father is asking investigators to extend their search beyond the water and look into other possibilities. Officials are not providing any additional information at this time. Well, it's in tough economic times. You've got to make the most of any and all perks that you have, from your gym discounts to free traveling to planning. Our Haley Milan is stretching your dollar to help you find the hidden perks in your memberships.
We're digging into common memberships that you might have and the perks you probably don't know about. Consumers Checkbook is a nonprofit looking out for your spending and sharing tips to help save some money and have a little fun.
We're surprised at the number of free things you can get through these services by maintaining your membership.
Memberships like Amazon Prime, Costco, BJ's, even your health insurance policy. They pay for a lot more than you might think.
Costco really counts on almost all its profits from its membership fee. It doesn't make much money at all off the stuff it's selling to you. The same is true of Prime. It derives, over $40 billion a year from subscription fees.
Consumers Checkbook executive editor Kevin Brassler says companies don't bother to market your perks and may have too many to even keep track of. So let's squeeze some value out of your membership fees. Prime members, we know you save big on free shipping, but did you know you have unlimited free photo storage? You can also access thousands of free ebooks and magazines, including some popular titles. You get one free Twitch subscription a month. Maybe save that for your young gamer. You also get a free Grubhub Plus food delivery membership. So go ahead and order in with a little less guilt onto the warehouse stores.
It has a car buying program. It'll arrange for, set pricing, no haggle pricing for its members.
Also available free tech support on products you buy there. And as you map out your summer fun, see if you've got discounts on theme park passes, spa gift cards, movie tickets, and restaurant gift cards. A parent tip: before booking your child's birthday party, see if you have a member deal at the venue. You can also find hotel discounts and cruise packages.
All of this info is on our website, and Consumers Checkbook is giving our viewers free access to its money-saving insights through the end of April. Go to dcnewsnow.com, keyword search, stretch your dollar. I'm Haley Mylon. Back to you.